Zuza Dmitruk is our guest today. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
How is Spain? I have to ask, I have to begin, I have to start this interview with Spain. Is the sun shining all the time?
Yes, that's actually super true. The sun is shining for like 90% of a year, which is incredible for content creation. You have sun every day. You can shoot every day you want. Not like today today, no. Today
That's
it's sunny.
the thing. Today I woke up and I saw clear sky. And I was like, this can be coincidence. You see, I don't really believe in coincidences in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, Zuza is my guest. She just came back from Spain.
I brought it, with
You
me
brought the sun.
in the suitcase.
You brought the sun exactly in the suitcase. And now, you're here. I'm very happy. How is your Spanish coming along?
Nada.
Nada.
No, I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. I should. I know I should. I spent there 2 years. At this point, it's just embarrassing that I don't speak Spanish.
Is it on your bucket list to learn Spanish one day?
Yes, one day. One day when I have my schedule free, that's on the list.
And do you see yourself living there one day?
Yes, one day for sure. I think that's my place to live. I'm so lucky that I found it so early in my life. I think that's the place I want to not retire maybe, but settle down one day, but just not right now. It's an amazing place. It has everything. I feel so good there, but just not right now.
There's something about Spaniards, Spanish mentality that I am drawn to. It's really difficult for me to explain because I feel like it's just like a bunch of elements that come together. But like there is something about it. And my previous guest was Agnieszka Kołodziejska. She is an author of a book, Polacy na emigracji. And we were discussing this theory of hers. And I want to present it to you. And I want to know what you think of that. Her theory is as follows. According to her, a specific type of place attracts a specific type of person. And now I'm going to give you an example. For example, Scandinavian countries and the UK, because there is a gray weather, they attract people who look for stability, who look for structure. On the other hand, Latin countries or like Mediterranean countries, warmer countries, attract people who look for spontaneity or who are more energetic. I want to know where you see yourself within this theory, because you're an interesting case, because you've been living both in the UK and Spain.
Yes, that's correct. And I don't know, you said about the Spanish culture, it's so like spontaneous and everything. I wouldn't call myself like that. And on the other side of the spectrum, I don't feel like I was looking for stability when I moved to UK. So I think it's more of a thing how I changed when I was living in those countries, how my personality was slightly different when I was in the UK. The weather, the things you do in this specific country changes you a lot. And I felt it so much.
It's also very fluid because you have to adjust to this new culture, new system. And as you said, like it's a different personality that you also build up throughout the years. I can tell from my own experience, for example, when I was living in Argentina, I was a bit like more outgoing, And then, whereas when I was in Netherlands, I was more like closed off. So I do see some common things in this theory when it comes to me, but I also do agree that the place changes you. So it's never like.
Well, of course, probably some people choose those places because of their like maybe the vibe. Like if you're like outgoing person, you're less likely to move to Finland or, where people just don't go out. You want to go to Spain, you want to go to Italy. For sure, there is some truth in this theory.
And after 5 years, you came back to Poland.
Correct.
So did I. Exactly 5 years. It took me to come back and to really appreciate home as it is. I want to know, do you also see that trend among your friends, among other people our age, because we're the same age? I see it all over. Do you also see that?
Yes, totally. I 100% agree. I see my friends who moved out abroad to study or for work or for some other reasons. Now they're going back because they felt like when we were younger, no, we can do everything. We can conquer the world. You there or there. Just let's move. Who will move out to better country, more exotic
Better
location?
destination.
Yes. And then they met so many challenges, like real world.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
It
like
hits you.
finding a job, getting into the job market, or relationships, for example. So many people
That's
right
another
now.
hell of a topic. Like, yeah.
So many people right now, like our age, are looking for someone, and looking for someone in different country is also very. It's a hard topic, I would say.
It can be very challenging. Let's discuss that thing, perhaps. I mean, you initiated. I'm interested now because I've been in international relationships. None of them survived, obviously. I've always found it difficult to maintain contact, to understand the culture. And I always thought, is it like arrogant of me that I don't quite fully understand? But then I thought to myself, it takes years to understand this like cultural context and like jokes, for example, like whether they're funny or not. It takes years. What's your stance on that?
I see among my friends that people are just looking for qualities, very Polish qualities, in people where they live. And I see people who live in UK, they're looking for Polish people in the UK. It's a trend that I see. Like, even if you live abroad, you're finding yourself a person there. And also with friends. If you go abroad, you have a very Polish, I think it's friends circle. I don't know if you can agree on that.
I do agree with that, yeah.
Like we have so many similarities that I don't know if it's like about the culture. Is it probably it's like so many things, but somehow it's just putting people together. And I think in relationships, it's just a part that you somehow cannot translate. Like, you can be in a very successful and very loving relationship, for example, with person who is not Polish, but there are just some bits that it's untranslatable.
It's about those bits that makes the whole part, I think.
Partnerem podcastu jest Tutlo, szkoła angielskiego online, która tak jak ja pomaga przełamywać bariery w mówieniu.
Zuza, I want to now move on to focus on what you do. You see, I invited you because things you do quite innovatively. And you show us that staying active doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be something that, it shouldn't be something that you force yourself to do. To give you like an obvious example, many people go to the gym because they think it's necessary. So they force themselves to do it and they don't look for other alternative ways to do sports. You say it's all about finding something that truly brings you joy, that brings you happiness. And for those who might not be familiar with Zuza, what she does, I'm going to give a bit of a context. So Zuza shares workout videos on her social media platforms where it's workouts, but she incorporates her own element, which is dance. And it's an innovative way of doing it. You, I would say, are a pioneer in this domain, especially in Poland. Worldwide, perhaps not, but in Poland, you were the first one to initiate it. I want to start with this. I want to know what were the beginnings like and where did this idea come from in the first place?
Well, yes, I think you can say that I'm the pioneer in this field. I didn't obviously come up with the dance workouts. They were before me, but I did it my way. I'm doing it to Polish songs, to Polish music. The idea came very early when I was, maybe not whole idea for a channel, but the idea was there. When I was younger, I did a lot of dance classes and I always had amazing ideas for choreographies to this song, my favorite ones, just what I liked. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, oh, Zuza, another weird Polish song, just drop it.
It's not going to work. You should just drop it.
Yeah, because nobody danced to Polish music. I think nobody danced to Polish music, like just maybe in some parties or something.
Like a wedding or something.
Yeah, right? But not like for real. It was like cringy or something. But then during COVID, when TikTok was getting bigger and bigger, people started doing dance trends to Polish songs. for a change. Like nobody ever did that before. It was something new. And then I felt like people are ready. People are ready to finally do something for real to songs that everybody loves. They are trending, but for some reason, they are not taken seriously in terms of a workout, in terms of dancing. And I really, really like Polish music. This is my favorite type of music. I listen mostly to Polish songs. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
And you combined both worlds.
Yeah. Dancing. I love dancing. I've always loved dancing. And I felt like, because I had the idea of dance workouts before. Like I did it, but I wanted to give it a Polish twist. To make it even more appealing for people to do it differently.
And to stand out.
Yes.
And standing out also brought you to the place where you are now today.
Because I liked it and I felt, okay, people maybe like it as well. And they do.
And let's, again, go back to this word pioneer, because I also consider myself one when it comes to the content that I do. And I want to give myself credit for it. Nobody does it, even though
as you should.
It's not bragging. I don't think it's bragging. It's just fact. But I do see it that when you do things differently, innovatively, it attracts people. Something that hasn't been done, which is the case with you. But when you do that, you also step into the uncharted territory. You step into the unknown. It's natural to feel uncertain in a way because you can never be 100% sure where it goes.
Of course.
How was it with you? Because, as you said, people were telling you, I shouldn't do it. I'm sure people were laughing at you. They were like, this is cringe, as you said. But your approach was different. Your approach was like, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yes. I really, for some reason, I really believe in this idea. Right now, looking back at it, I don't know why and how strong I was. I just right now realize it. I don't know where's the power coming from, that I really believed in that. And when I started doing that, I wasn't afraid of what people are gonna say. Like people from the internet, I was like, wherever. Those people, I didn't care about them. I was just, the thing that was the most concerning for me is like the closest circle. Like I think it's always when you start.
It's always like that.
Yeah, like you don't care what those people from the internet are gonna say. Yeah. You're the most concerned about those who are the closest to you. And I think I had so many people who believed in me, but also who were like, have you seen what she's doing? That's sending the videos like to each other. Yeah, because if you think about it, it's not something normal. It can be cringy. Like she's dancing to this song, like to this rap song. What she's doing? Why is she posting herself like so vulnerable in the internet? You know, the silly songs. Like let's laugh at her. Like I did that. Like I got that impression a lot. But for some reason, I was just like this.
Yeah, sometimes you have
like
to.
This.
Like just let them talk.
Yeah,
let them talk bullshit. And that was also I have to say, it was also a bit, I struggled a bit at the beginning. For me, it was like my account blew in like a week. So I wasn't worrying about that much. But then it was a bit, like you always have this idea what the other people would think. But listen, so you had this idea, right? And you were so sure of it. You were focused on that idea. I know what I want to do. Some people also have an idea, but they don't do anything about it. Like when you have an idea, it's like the first phase, you know, like you have an idea.
Yeah, and you're excited about it. And then
you really have to put the hard work in.
Yes.
And do the work. Some people decide to do it. They do it for like a month, 2, they don't see the results and they drop it. But you were consistent, and that's brought you here where you are today. Do you think that having the courage to follow your idea was the key to your success? Because you need to have a courage. You need to take the risk.
Yes, but sometimes taking a risk is just not enough. You have to put a work and be consistent. I think what brought me here where I am right now, it's the consistency. Like it's the same with workouts. You have to do it
over and
over and over again. And because the success doesn't happen overnight. Like your account just blew up like this. But
now I said it.
but it's
not a common thing.
Yeah, it's not like it just takes time.
Mhm.
Takes time, and if you show up and you continue with it, it's like if the idea is good, then it will work. But you have to put the work over and over and over again.
Did you always know your passion could be your profession, could become your profession, or was there a moment when everything just like clicked?
That was not a plan at all. Like I have a degree in finance.
Because we didn't talk about, because I asked you specifically not to talk about like our private lives, because then there is no flow. But I didn't know that. Well, I have a degree in political science and management. Hello, doing language content. See, but that's it. Sorry to interrupt. I had to make a comment about it because it's so interesting. So you have a degree in finance.
Finance. So it's not at all connected. I had totally different plans for my future.
Mm-hmm. And what were those plans?
I imagined myself as in a big corporation, big office, like some trading, and and somehow I ended up doing dance workouts, and it became my full-time job. So the idea was totally, it just happened like that. I didn't plan it.
Yeah, sometimes I have this feeling that people are afraid to transform their hobbies into job because of this money aspect also. You brought the work. I mean, like, let's talk finance a bit, right? So, for example, I give you my own example. I started doing like political science study because I wanted to combine it with like corporate work also, then management because voila, also. So everything was like focused on monetary benefit that I was getting out of it. Was it the same with you? I assume if you
on my finance
for your studies.
I was like career driven. I wanted to have, big career, like, the corporate ladder. I imagined myself like that. So that was a plan. And then my hobby was, when I started, it was just like a thing, I had an idea and I wanted to follow with it. So it was like a side hustle. So for me to just, like a hobby, but I had the idea, just like, okay, let's see where it goes.
But with time, you realize that you can monetize your hobby.
Yeah.
Some people say we shouldn't combine hobbies with work because then we take out the joy element out of the hobby, and the hobby becomes like a chore, something you have to do. Is it the same with you, or how do you see that? Because I was thinking of that, and obviously what I do now is my passion, and I have always had this passion for languages. I don't really treat it as a work, meaning like there's so much work to do, but I'm gonna do it regardless of like time, like I can work at night, I can work way many more hours that I would work in a corporate job, but I'll do it because I'm drawn to it. But I just wonder, is it gonna stop one day and I'm just gonna be like burnt out? It's like, what's the case with you? What's your opinion on that?
Any money that I've ever earned and any job that I had gave me so much joy, like the money I earned with my passion, with doing what I love. That was not like a job. That was like a reward, basically. We did an ad campaign when they put me in front of the camera, in front of a mirror, and they said, dance. Do what you're doing the best, dance. And I was just like vibing, they played me some music, and I was just dancing, and I haven't even noticed when they turned on the camera and starting doing shots. And then we created something really amazing. And after that, I felt like I just got paid for doing something that I love. Yeah. It felt incredible. Even like, it shouldn't be like that. Like I just did it. I would do it for free. Like I was so happy.
Naturally. You were
yes.
Like, yeah, this is what I really can relate to that also.
And I think if you're doing something that you love and the driving force within you is your passion, the money that comes along the way, because at some point, like when you're creating content and you're being successful with it, like obviously money like comes, then it's like a reward for doing that job. I think at some point it becomes a full-time job because, like you said, like you have to put a lot of work, a lot of time. It feels good, but
Still, there's work to be done.
Yes, and it's at some point it becomes a full-time job, I would say. And as long as your passion is within you, like you want to do it, you're being creative, and the money comes, like it's like a
natural progression.
Yeah,
money comes. If you do something you love, it's gonna come.
Yeah, and then you can reinvest the money. You can use it to make yourself better, to create better content, to be more for people that you're creating, for example. But I think at some point, when the money, it's a job. So money is like something that you need. If you're putting all of your time into it and you don't do anything else, money is something important. If money is your main concern, you don't have that freedom of creation, for example.
Which is extremely important. The freedom of creation.
If it's passion, it's about creation something new. It's about being creative. If your main goal is to earn money with it, you look at things differently. You look at your content differently. You optimize it for money. But it's. I'm not saying that's bad, because if it's your job and you have bills to pay,
it depends how you look at what you do.
Yeah.
As a young businesswoman, which I can say, you sell your own products. You also take part in campaigns, as you said, but you navigate in, I would say, content that's a bit competitive. I mean, obviously, you've earned your place. You have your like personal brand, which is
I would
obvious.
say yeah.
But it can be competitive also, no? Like we can see the rise of other content creators.
Yeah, fitness niche is super competitive.
Yeah. Especially after COVID, I feel like it just blew.
Yes. People realize that they can work out at home or somewhere. Like it's a very important part of our lives.
Zuza, one of my previous guests, Stefano Terracino, a well-known dancer, said that dancing is his favorite language. Can you express yourself better in dancing and workouts than any other language? It's not really question I have for you, but the question I have, what is dancing then? Is it sport? Is it art? Maybe both? How do you see that?
Well, for me, personally, dancing is just a part of how I express myself. I wouldn't say that's a language. I wouldn't say it like that, but it for me is a way of expressing myself, expressing my emotions, expressing my feelings. It's so natural. It's part of my life for me that I can't imagine myself without it. I dance when I'm sad. I dance when I'm happy. I dance when I'm making coffee in the morning. When I hear music in the car, I'm just like, always just, it's such an important part of my life. It helps expressing myself and creating something. That's my way of creating something creative.
Nice.
Like those dance workouts for me is my way of creating something new with dance. If I would have to say if it's a sport or art, I would say it's both.
And for many people, it's also a therapy. Apart from like obvious benefits, physical benefits, right? Which is like increased stamina, increased strength, losing weight if somebody wants to. You have like mental benefits that you get out of it. To give you like a bit of an example, I don't know, hypothetically, right? I wake up in the morning, my day is going super bad. Like I'm late for work, the train is late, my boss yells at me. On my way back home, I don't know, the dog takes a piss on my coat. I don't know, everything goes wrong. I come back home and I put play on one of your videos, I dance to it. I release all the tension that has accumulated throughout the day. Would you agree that it can also be a therapy, the dancing?
Of course. This is such a powerful tool to regulate your emotions. And there are some studies that show that dancing and those like dancing workouts can help with your like lower moods or like seasonal depression even, because they're so fun. Even I sometimes forget how fun they are. And if you just put it on the TV and you hear your favorite songs, you see me when I'm like cheering you up and you just dance. And the fact about those dance workouts is that is dancing. You can do it however you want in your own style.
It's totally up to you how you make it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, I give you suggestion. I give you like the framework, kind of how you should do it, but it's your workout, it's your dancing, and you can just release all your emotions, do it however you want, and it's so fun. It's like literal little party in your living room.
You just literally throw a party for yourself.
Literally, like you can. I've seen girls sending me videos, like they, putting the lights on, like the colorful lights, and they're putting my workout, and they're just like, that's exactly what I need, like therapy. Like people are actually describing those workouts like a little therapy that they had in their home.
Also, it can bring you a whole another level boost of confidence.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You look at your body differently. You look at yourself differently, I think. Were there times where you were receiving messages from your followers saying like, Zuza, this workout opened my eyes. Now I'm so much more confident than I used to be.
Yeah, for sure. Like despite the fact of the how your silhouette changes, because I got so many messages like, oh, I lost like this and that, like my body changed because of that. But also, when you dance, you are more aware of your body. You're learning how to move, and then you feel more confident with time because you see the progress. For example, you start the workout and you don't know the moves and you're just like kind of lost. But then in like 2 or 3 sessions, you see like, okay, now I can do this. Now the progress is so fast that you feel like, okay, I got it. I did it.
So you're motivated to do more, to try more.
Yeah, and you can you do it your own way. You dance how you want. You can sing. It's such a boost of confidence. Like you can put a nice outfit and you're like put your favorite songs and just like private show.
It's sort of like a me time.
Yeah, that's the definition of it.
Like everybody has their own stuff that they do in their free time, but somebody can choose to combine, I would say, fun with productive also in a way. I mean, it's like both things that come together, no? Like as we said, you get stronger or you lose weight depending on
on your goal, obviously.
But you also get this mental benefits.
That's what I want to combine. I want to combine party, having fun, just feeling good with the benefits of a workout. If you don't like gym, for example.
I don't dance. I never did. I think I'm horrible at it. But I was going to ask you a question about certain misconceptions about dance workouts. And I feel like one of the misconceptions is the fact that you suck at it. You don't have to be good to do the workouts, no? Like
totally. Like you don't have to be a dancer to do it.
Yeah.
You're doing it for yourself. It's your time. And the fact about those workouts, you have, as I said, you have the framework how to do it, but it's about moving your body, and so you can do it differently. You don't have to do it exactly as I'm showing you. Obviously, there are some steps like squats or something like that. The technicalities are important, so you don't do harm for yourself. But it doesn't matter if you throw your hips like that or different like.
There is no like supervision. You have to do this exactly the way I'm doing it.
Exactly.
You can add your own twist.
Yes, and that
to it in a way.
You don't have to be dancer to do it. Everyone can do it their own way and feel your body, feel however you're comfortable with it. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to do it exactly as it is. Like feel yourself, and there's no wrong or correct.
And allow yourself to also feel that, as you said.
Yeah, explore your body.
Could be a bit, I don't know, my misconception. Again, it's a misconception, but discouraged to do that. How would you encourage someone? I mean, you already said it, but how would you encourage someone who says, I don't know, I'm too nervous or like, this is not for me? It's actually, by the way, question from one of the patron, which I'm gonna reread. You can also, możecie, po polsku dam wstawkę, możecie również zadać takie pytania, czytając opis tego odcinka, które zadam właśnie teraz. The question is from Piotr, and the question is as follows. What would you say to someone who feels nervous about starting fitness dance because they're not in perfect shape?
I would say that take it as you said, as me time. If you're nervous about, someone watching you, just be alone, put the workout, and just see. listen to music, choose your favorite songs.
This is important,
This is
probably.
important. And just
Shut the drapes, just close the
just
doors.
yes, just for yourself, so you feel comfortable with it, and just play the workout. Obviously, it will not be perfect for the first time. I trained so long for my entire life to be able to do it exactly like that. Don't be harsh on yourself if you don't do it perfectly in the first go. Just feel it. Just allow yourself to move freely. You don't have to be perfect. Just try and see if you like it. Because I get so many messages from people that they were discouraged, but then they tried and they're like, I suck at it. I'm terrible, but I love it. It's so fun. It brings me so much joy that I don't care how I look. I don't care if it's correct. I just enjoy it. And with time, it will be just
It's
like
also
this.
kind of getting maybe for some people out of their comfort zone. As you said, if you want to be perfectionist at something and you're not, you might be discouraged. But perhaps what's good to know is to have this mindset, like just let it go, right?
Yeah, like I feel it like a party. Pretend that you know, like it's your private party in your living room. Nobody's watching. You can be whoever you want and however you want.
Some other misconceptions people might have. It's a discussion we didn't have, but it's something that we said we're going to be talking about. So I'm just going to start right off, and then you'll see how you feel with that and where we're going to go. So when you dance, you showcase your body. You show yourself. Whether it's through movements, whether it's through outfits. I'm talking like, I don't know, sports bra or like tight clothes, right? So it's natural. It's about like practicality. You're not gonna wear a fucking, sorry to say, but you're not gonna wear a winter coat and perform doing fitness content, no?
Also, like how I'm supposed to convince people to do my workouts if I just say to them, oh, they work, but I'm not showing anything. I'm not showing the results for them. I will not convince people to work out with me if I'm not showing what they can get. You know what I mean? Like,
But it can be a place where it can get vulnerable in a way. And I'm talking here like over sexualization or sexualization of content creators, which I mean, I don't know if has applied to you, but the question I have is how can we help people understand that tight clothes are not about being sexy, but about doing your job, like showing the practicality of your workouts?
this is a hard topic because I think in the internet, so many things can be sexualized. Almost everything. And and this fitness niche is very vulnerable to it because you want to work out comfortably, you want to show people how you work out, and you want to show the effects of your hard work that you're putting, but you can also get many comments, especially from, for example, male audience in my example.
Has this happened to you?
Yes, I did. I get so many messages, for example, from guys like sending me to the gym or like, don't be so silly, don't just dance in front of your TV in those leggings.
Really?
I'm a trainer. I'm a fitness trainer, and there are people in comments who are like, stop making a fool of yourself. You just want to be famous, so you're showing your body. Go to the gym. Don't act like this.
And the sexualization in social media is another thing than in real life. Like, I don't think people in real life are going to come up to you and say, stop shaking your booty or something. Like, they're not going to say that to you face to face.
No.
It's better to write an anonymous comment and be like, say the same thing, no?
Well, yeah, in the internet, it's totally different. I think people have too much, I don't want to say freedom of speech, of course not, but these comments are there, and it's mostly from guys. I'm so lucky that my audience is 98% females. So my community is very comfortable. We feel comfortable with sharing our videos, how we work out.
A small, big community.
Yeah. We're in this together, and first, somehow I managed to like dribble the algorithm, so I have a lot of girls. But sometimes, these videos go viral, and then you don't have, you have everyone there.
So there is a girl power energy.
There is.
Do girls support each other in this case?
Oh, yes. So much, so much. They comment on each other. We have a group when we are like more motivating each other. It's so nice to see that they actually are getting motivated by each other. They share videos, they work out, and I'm showing my videos all the time. But when you see that someone else is doing it as well, like they're working out with me, like.
How do different cultures influence the way we approach fitness? For example, you have the sort of experience also of like living in Spain. And I know for a fact that when I go down the street in Barcelona, there is like way many more people wearing like fitness clothes and just working out. Do they look at it differently or?
I feel overall like in Spain, they just don't care that much how people perceive them. I feel like they can express themselves more. Also, they wear more revealing clothes, and I think like I don't know if it's sexualized there as much as in Poland, like in Polish internet. But I think, and I can say that they wear different clothes. They put more of the leggings or like more
obviously
skirts,
probably because of the weather too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I feel like just more, I don't know, it's just my opinion, more like openness to it, and like you can just wear that and not be sexualized, even though you haven't had experiences of having like comments. I mean, you said you did, but
they are like they're always. I think every girl
needs to be aware also of that, but some girls might not be, I don't know, like aware of that enough. You know what I mean? Like, and
what do you mean? Like,
well, like not aware, but some girls might just get some girls might not know how to react to those type of messages, because as you said, for you it's sort of a message, but like I also don't care in a way. Like,
I'm trying to ignore those messages. I think every girl in their life received some kind of message like that, and I think I learned how to ignore them. I know how internet works. I just, sometimes even like screenshot I posted to my girls and like, ha, something, like I'm trying to make good out of the bad situation. But they are there, and it can be discouraging for sure for girls not to show their bodies. But when you work out, you want to feel good. You want to put nice clothes. You don't want to work out in your like old tracksuit just because someone is commenting on that.
It's about practicality of it also, right? It's the job that you have to do, that you do out of pleasure, but still, I'm gonna wear this because it just feels good. Your content is tailored to everybody.
Yes.
Obviously, you have your audience, but I imagine everybody can tag along if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Totally.
But also people who are not in shape, who are in different shapes. And maybe they also don't want to be in shape. I mean, maybe they don't want to lose weight. Maybe they do it because they want to increase their stamina, increase their
or just for fun.
Or just for fun. But can you be body positive and encourage people to lose their weight at the same time? Is a question I have for you.
Well, I try to give the message to girls that you should love yourself. And if you love yourself, you take care of your health. And these workouts are not extreme, marathon. We're getting in shape in 2 weeks, starting now.
What we can see a lot nowadays in social media. Yeah, I said it, but that's how it is.
So I don't want this approach. I want encourage girls to do something for themselves, but not giving so many restrictions. Just in a fun way, however you want and however you can. Because if you're not in a very good shape, you probably can't do very intense workouts. But if you're doing it for yourself to feel better, even if you're doing it just to feel better, if your goal is not to lose weight, because it doesn't have to be everyone's goal. You can also do it for your, as you said, as a therapy.
Stamina,
everything.
Or strength, increasing your strength, or for your mental health, as we talked about.
When I started those workouts, my goal was not to lose weight or get in shape. I was just doing what I really love. And that was actually like a side effect that I got into like better shape. And that was not the goal at all. And I wanted to present it like this. that we're doing something for ourselves. We like it, so we're being consistent.
Mhm.
So the good shape and, maybe losing weight comes with it. But we are not strongly focused on that. That's just like a very nice
And we
effect.
focus on health, not appearance.
Yes.
And perhaps
Yes.
that's the body positive element here that comes in play. As you said, you're focusing on healthy habits,
Yes.
maintaining sustainable habits, meaning I'm not going to tell you 2 weeks you're going to look, I don't know, way slimmer or be way fitter. So it's not about quick or extreme dieting.
Oh, no.
It's about sustainable
Progress.
Partnerem podcastu jest Tutlo, szkoła angielskiego online, która tak jak ja pomaga przełamywać bariery w mówieniu.
We touched upon the topic of cultural differences, but we only touched upon it. I want to go deeper. I want to delve into it. For example, I don't know, just an example from off the top of my head, bachata, right?
Spanish
It's
dance.
Spanish dance. I told you I don't dance, but bachata is another whole story.
Okay.
I do. I am a fan, huge fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you dance
But,
it?
sometimes.
We gotta see
this. Yeah. There is this in Warsaw, there is the events from Latin American community.
Mhm.
They meet up. Actually, in the summer, it's happening outside and people just dance with themselves.
Oh, like social
It's
dancing.
Social dancing.
Yeah.
So it connects people. But I do feel like dance can be viewed from a perspective of culture in a way, We view it differently than, for example, Spanish people.
Oh, of course.
What's your stance on that?
I think it's a
Sorry to interrupt. Is it viewed from the sexualized point of view? Because it's also what we've been discussing, and I'm curious to know that.
For sure, we as Polish people view it differently, 100%, especially dancing in pairs, I would say. Because just quick example, I don't know if you've heard about Ania Lewandowska. She started her own studio. And
in Barcelona, no?
I think so, yeah. And she dances a lot. And it cost a lot of media attention, the internet.
It blew up.
Yeah. That she's dancing with some other guy and she's dancing bachata, and there was such a big thing around it. And it's super normal for Spanish people. I've been to parties, I've been to dance classes that people just dance with each other like that.
They don't view it as something super
no, sensual.
over-sexualized.
No, because I think when we see it from Polish perspective, it's very sensual and sexual and just two people, female and men, dancing together, touching each other. It's such a big thing. And for Spanish people, it's just a way of just, having fun, enjoying themselves, not that sexualized. I think it's very common to just go social dancing, as you said, for your parties, and then you switch partners.
Oh, yeah, you do it all the time.
Yeah,
and
you
it
just
doesn't
you
matter.
meet new person. You don't know this person, and then you're dancing and you're close to each other, and it's just a way of enjoying yourself, spending time, and just party kinda. And I don't think Polish people would be so natural and okay with that. If you would, for example, put 50 Polish men and 50 Polish women in one room and tell them dance together like this, this could cause some,
Be a
yeah,
clash,
yeah,
sort of, right?
And in Spain, I think that's maybe not natural for everyone, but they view it completely different. They have, Spanish bachata classes, and it's just like that. They don't view it as a sexual thing. It's just a way of
Again,
dancing.
cultural difference probably
Yeah.
that plays a role here. Zuza, we're going to be slowly wrapping up. Time flew really fast, but I always ask in the end about the piece of advice. So if you were to give one piece of advice, what would it be?
I think the best advice I would give is to follow your gut. Trust your gut and follow your intuition and believe in your ideas and act on them. If you think that you have a good idea, just try. You never know. Be your biggest fan.
Don't let it be a missed opportunity.
Yes.
I think
I don't want to think about it like this, but
Mhm.
just act on it.
do things towards that goal.
Yes.
Because as we said from the beginning, right? Some people have this initial phase,
Yes.
which is brilliant.
And
it might be the best
if only
idea.
they followed. If only they followed with it.
And stuck with it. Zuza, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us today. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting
It's
me.
been a pleasure. Take care.